Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I was talking to a few Yuta fans, just like me. Now we are really excited because yesterday the news came out that he is going to be part of a movie. So this is going to be his first actor role, I believe. So especially I think that this has like a more meaningful uh, kind of like emotion, because remember on April's Fool, April the 1st, where we got this sort of a Netflix teaser edit that we thought that he was going to be part of the cast of Alice in Borderland. So definitely there was like a bit of a letdown. It was like, oh, it was like, oh, that's funny, but it hurt me a little. I would actually love to see Yuta and Alice in Borderland because I do love the series, so I would really love to see him there. But oh well. So now finally these news are here, and some fans of him, some people that have Yuta as their bias in NCT 127, wanted me to dedicate a brief reading about him, how he's feeling, in this project. So yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to make this brief, but this is also going to to be a sort of update of his energy. Of course, that if you haven't listened to or watched my video about him and Jaehyun relationship, friendship, I actually, when I did read for him in that time, I noticed there was like a lot of differences between his side of the reading and Jaehyun's side of the reading. So definitely he seemed much more in his power, like he was really confident. And somehow now we found out about this, about the news of him actually being in his first actor role. So now I can sort of see and understand why his energy was so high and so bright and so hopeful and so optimistic and excited. So yes, let's read for him today how he's feeling about this new project. And he got the full card, the Page of Cups, the King of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Star, and the Page of Wands. Um, I always pull 5 cards, but suddenly a lot more came out, so I had to take them anyway. So yes, starting with the Fool, definitely I think that this is the beginning of something very important in his life, because it's like you stepping into the unknown, something that is very different from what you had been doing. And I'm not saying this, that I'm sure that he does have acting skills. Of course, he is a performer. But I think that this is more like, when you have this wild dream that you think is so out of reach or so far away from you, like you don't see it as a possibility. And suddenly, when he heard about the news, because somehow I think it was offered to him, because we have the Page of Cups here and the King of Cups. So there's a lot of people that love Yuta, actually. There's this, like, yes, of course, his influence and also his presence is going to be very popular and is going to bring audiences. It's probably going to make the like it's going to bring money. There's something here about money and stability that it's also very important, because we don't have to forget that this is his job, and there are other people involved. There are other professionals and artists involved in this, and the result is to be successful, and of course to have like an abundance. Um, but at the same time, there's this feeling that actually they casted him, or they gave him this proposal. They were like, okay, here we go, this is for you. And he somehow was like in the clouds, like he was like so like he couldn't believe it. He was like, oh, like, oh, amazed, a bit like, when you feel dizzy, when you feel like you cannot believe it, that you cannot believe your luck, like you're like, wow, like, is this really happening? And somehow I think he manifested this, and I'm not a fan of manifestation, like, it's not that I do believe in the power of willpower. I do believe we attract, if we change our thoughts and our somehow our way of viewing things, we can make things easier for ourselves. But there's something about him that he also has this magnetism and this very powerful aura. So, even though I don't believe in manifestation, I believe that he could potentially be a great manifestator, because, or manifestor, I don't know how to say it in English, sorry. Um, but I see him, because the last time I read for him in this friendship reading with Jaehyun, he was represented as this magician, and I know that in that time I think he was still in Japan when I read that. I'm not sure. Um, so he definitely he was like concentrating his power, his force, his magic. He is this sort of like magician. He is this magnet. He when he wants to, when he really puts his energy into something, he gets it. He gets what he desires. It's just that maybe for Yuta, this was something that he wanted, but he was like distracted when he got the offer. He was like, like when you are like having a good time, when you are enjoying yourself, when you are like, I don't know, on vacation, and you are suddenly like, oh yes, I'm happy to be here, and all of a sudden this opportunity comes to you, and you are like, wait a minute, is this happening to me? And I think that this is what happens, and definitely there's a lot of people that love him and admire him, and I think that it has to do with his culture and they are his people. Here they are his people, and they really admire everything he had accomplished. There's a sense of pride in these people. There's a sense as if he was this sort of national treasure. There's a pride. There's like, they want, really from the bottom of their hearts, they want Yuta to succeed, and they sort of like see him as a role model. And so they sure wanted to like incorporate him into this project, but he was shocked. Actually, he was like, oh my god, I cannot believe, like, this year is going to be not only a year of recognition, of Yuta getting recognition, he's going to get a lot of love. And I'm talking about love from peers or colleagues, or love from the industry. um, I think he always felt like different, wherever he went, he always felt like the fool, like him trying to adapt to the situation and being like, okay, I know I'm different, but I will adapt, like I will have no expectations, I'll just be excited to be here and enjoy the moment. And all of a sudden, these people are seeing him for who he is and for everything that he represents as an artist. They are really seeing him and they are loving him. So he's like very touched by this. I think that this year is also going to be very emotional for him because he is loved. He's not, I'm not saying that he's not loved. It's just that this kind of love definitely caught him off guard. Probably he also had been during these past 2 years like working an automatic, and not realizing that the influence that he has, and that there are a lot of people maybe in his homeland that are actually ruling for him, and that they are acknowledging his influence and his trajectory, you know because we have the Ten of Pentacles. So I think that this project, this movie is going to do very well, not just because of Yuta, because I believe I saw the trailer and actually I'm excited. I know there are other parts of the movie that probably I should start watching before trying to see if I watch this. Maybe if you are a fan of this, I don't know if it's a series. If you know about the order, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you. Um, but I think that this is going to be very successful, but because the series, the plot, the story is very popular in itself. It has their fans. But yes, he's going to be the star of it. Yes, he's going to be one of the star of it because we have the star card. So definitely he's going to shine. It's not, because it's different when you join a project and there are all these actors and well, he is a K-pop idol. There's this sense of, oh, okay, yes, here comes this K-pop idol joining our movie. And in this sense, I think that he like I mentioned at first, he's a magnet. People love him. People wanna be near him. He has a star quality, and I think that, but he is not full of himself. And this is very important because the last card is the Page of Wands. So he will do his best. He will be really eager to learn new things, like to learn new styles. Like he will definitely do what he has to do, but he will do it, or if he had filmed this already, what he did when he was like performing, when he was acting, and when he was learning, is that he did it from the perspective or the archetype of the when you are in this learner kind of mode, like in this apprentice, very excited to learn new things, but at the same time there's this sense of I'm like I'm learning here. I don't consider myself an expert on this. So there's also this humble perception of his role in the movie. Like it doesn't matter if he had like a lot of scenes or not. There's this sense of like I am an apprentice in here. So like I'm going to try my best. I'm eager to learn. I'm excited to be here, but I don't consider myself a professional like the others. Like he definitely pour all his passion and heart into it. He was very authentic. He was very. I think that also the fact that he got a page of wands, that the wands represent the element of fire, action, and passion. Definitely, this actually like represents the theme and the 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 genre of the movie, that actually is action based. So probably, he did have to put his body to action, and he had to sort of like, it's all about fast movements. It's all about keeping the energy high. So, but he did it from a place of I'm learning. Like this is my first experience. So please have patience with me, or please teach me anything that you can, or just correct me as many times as you want, because I'm being an apprentice here. I'm like this like young child, that it's experiencing this from the first time. So this actually is very, I think that this is one of the many reasons why actually people around him love him so much, because he does have this, there's this difference. There's something about Yuta that is that when you meet him, he really intimidates you, because he has, even if he's not talking to you, or if he's not addressing to you, or he's not like engaging with you in a conversation, but he enters a room and he does bring a lot of attention. He does have this this shine about him. But once you interact with him and you talk to him and you like have interactions, you realize that he's just a humble guy. That he's just like any guy of his age, or even he looks younger. Probably he's very. I mean, I know he's young, but he probably behaves as if he was younger than his actual age. Um, so probably there are a lot of younger people that follow him, because he is like this. He's represented by this page of one. So he's like this wild child, full of energy, full of excitement, a bit playful, a bit goofy, but also very strong. That Yuta can do a lot with his body. I always say that for me, I wish he would gain a bit more weight and probably, been a bit more built, just because I think he's really skinny. But there's something about his physical strength, that actually he can look skinny, but he has a lot of strength and force, and I think that he is just loving this. He's just amazed by the whole experience. And this is the best for him, and also for everyone around him that is involved in the project, because like he's showing me in this reading, like it's not about him being part of a movie. It's more about that the movie is great as well. That probably the movie, like I mentioned, I have to watch the others, to somehow, get in the, to learn a bit about the plot, the story, the characters. So he just considers himself like a guest, like this is not about him. Of course, that we as fans, we are excited, but I think that what he's showing here is that this project is bigger. It's about the whole. It's not Yuta's movie. It's the movie. So this is great. So yes, guys, this is all I have. So of course that tomorrow I will resume the birthday readings. I haven't forgot about those. I think tomorrow I will do Genos. So please look forward to it, and thank you for watching. Bye.